Hey guys, let's roll on with the letter D in my death metal collection. The next band up is Dying Fetus. The first album I have is Destroy the Opposition. This came out in the year 2000. It's the album that actually introduced me to the band and made me a fan instantly. After this album, however, the band uh, went on temporary hiatus, and this dude, John Gallagher, the frontman of the band, he's the only one that stayed in the band, and these three dudes left and formed a new band called Misery Index. In that band, Jason, the bass player, he does lead vocals and plays bass for the band. I actually saw them live here in my hometown right after they had split from Dying Fetus, and I talked to Jason, and he said that they were all still friends. They just needed to do different things, as sometimes is the case with bands. Next up was their follow-up album with a whole new lineup, with only John still in the band. Stop at Nothing is what it's called. It came out in 2003. It came with a little insert here. I'm not going to show you the vinyl for any of these because it's just plain black. And you all know what regular vinyl looks like. There's nothing special to see there, so I'll conserve some time and get in hopefully a couple vinyl of two other bands after I'm done with these. Next up is War of Attrition. This one came out in 2007. Here's the insert for this one. If you've never heard Dying Fetus, they're pretty well known in the death metal scene. They are like a very groovy technical death metal band. Lots of breakdowns and stuff. Hardcore influence. This album is Descend into Depravity, and it came out in 2009. Artwork inspired by the film Sin City, I believe. The next up is Reign Supreme. Cool artwork on that one. This one came out in 2012. And it came with an insert of the lyrics. And this also has a bonus track on it that is only available on the vinyl version of the album. And the last album I have by them is their newest one. And they went back to using their old school logo. I like that. This album came out in 2017, so they're definitely due for a new one. Inside the gatefold is just lyrics. Something irritating about this album is that when I got it, it's not marked that it's at 45 RPM, so I went to listen to it on standard 33 1/3 RPM, and of course it sounded all slow and terrible, and then I clued in like, oh, it's probably at 45 RPM, and lo and behold, I switched the speed and it sounded normal. But that's annoying. I don't like when they don't list that it's cut at a different speed on the album because yeah, I want to kick back and hear it how it's supposed to be. I don't want to have to deal with that crap. Anyways, next up, we're moving to the letter E. And we come to the band Exhumed. These guys are a gore death metal band from San Francisco, California. This is the re-recorded version of their debut album, Gore Metal. This is the cover for the redone version, and the back of the album they used the cover of the original version. So this is what the artwork looked like on the original, which came out in 1998. This re-recorded version came out in 2015. I honestly prefer the original, but this is the one that I could get available on vinyl, and I figured, well, the songs are redone like this many years later in better quality studio with better gear. It's bound to sound better, but honestly, the primitiveness of the original recording, I actually prefer it. But this is what I got, so it came with a little insert with where it talks with Matt Harvey, the founder of the band, and some other dudes that were on the album for the recording of this album. And they talk about the band and like the history of it and like what was going on at the time in the scene and whatnot. How they got signed to Relapse Records. It's just plain black vinyl, so I won't worry about showing you. Came with a cool little hype sticker there though. 25th anniversary of Gore Metal. I always keep my hype stickers and scotch tape them onto my sleeves, because why not? Next up, before I finish talking about Exhumed, I should say that I plan on getting all their albums in their back catalog. Gore Metal is the only one I have at the moment. The same with the next band. I only have their second album, but I want to have all their stuff as well. And that band, moving on to letter G, is Canadian death metal legends Gorguts. This is my favorite album by them, or if not my favorite, my second favorite. I think I like Obscura a little bit better than this. That's the album that was released after this. They went on hiatus and reformed with a new lineup on a new record label. They were on Roadrunner. This album's old school, from like 1993. So when they released Obscura Reformed, it was 1998. So a few years had passed. But this album is really good. This is the Listenable Records pressing. So it came with a cardboard sleeve with a picture, some lyrics, and album credits. Most of the Listenable Records record label, their releases all seem to come with a single cardboard sleeve like that, and it's just on regular gold colored vinyl. Gorguts are pretty unique. The founder of the band, Luc Lemay, is a supremely well-versed musician. He's very much more advanced than regular music people. Like, he went to music school theory and all of that, so his compositions that he writes are very advanced stuff, and a lot of people, when they listen to them, they can't handle the band because he uses a lot of dissonant chords and Middle Eastern influence and things, so there's a lot of arrangements in the songs that don't sound like traditional songwriting, so it's very strays away from the structure of verse chorus, which most bands and artists do in this day and age. So it's unique. It's not for everybody, but if you like just music that sounds good and it's heavy and you like that death metal sound, then yeah, you should check them out, especially if you're a fan of Immolation or Hate Eternal. Similar style. Cheers.